Still continuing. No, I'm gonna restart. Alright, take 3. Yes, I turned off macros. I figured out what was causing it. Alright, I guess I should explain the category. This is ANS, which stands for All Numbered Souls.
Nice.
So basically, in this game you can get like different graffiti, which is unlocked through graffiti souls, and most of the graffiti is numbered, but there's a few bonus ones. So in this category we just get all the numbered ones and no bonus ones. And what that entails is grabbing all the collectible souls. You'll see the first one in the first level. This is just the tutorial. And then we have to jet every level, which means we have to get a certain amount of points. You know, you get points through tricks, grinding, sprays, which here's our first quick spray, by the way. I'll explain that in a bit. Sprays give you points. The amount of cans you end with and what time you finish at also gives you points. And your health, your ending health. If you end with full health, you get a big bonus. But yeah, that was just a quick spray. For the medium and large sprays, we do quick sprays, which is basically just doing the first motion of the spray and then exiting out of the spray and re-entering it. That way we only have to do the first motion, which is usually pretty simple. Like for beat, it's just down. So we enter, down, exit, enter, down, and repeat that. And this is bus skip.
Nice. Nice.
Well, if I got it, it would be bus skip. This is not normally how you're supposed to do this challenge.
Nice. Nice.
Normally you have to like go up those stairs and just land on this, what do you call it, awning? I don't know. But yeah, we just land on the bus, which is actually harder than it looks. So, alright. So our first actual level where we're gonna have to get the jet rank and collect some souls. And we're picking Gum here. Even though she holds less cans, her spray pattern gives us more points, so that's why we're picking her here. Yeah, we're still quick spraying with Gum here, but her quick sprays give more points, so. And it's not quite as simple as Beat's quick sprays were, but not too bad. And we're skipping that soul because we can actually get it later in a different level. It's not really a different level. I mean, I guess we'll just see when we get back to it. Basically, the Chapter 3 part of this game is a bunch of the Chapter 1 levels combined, so. We have chances to get souls in either Chapter 1 or Chapter 3. And there's 3 total chapters, so. And this is the first like longer level and probably more challenging level, I'd say. There's a lot more movement involved. And if you miss this bus on the first cycle, you lose a lot of time. That's the only way to get that soul that I just got, really. And yeah, since we can get souls in either chapter 1 or chapter 3, this level specifically, and some other levels have seen some pretty major reworks as far as routing goes, because we have a lot of freedom as to how we change things. And yeah, for this level we pretty much get most of the souls, or all of the souls even. That's generally the play in chapter 1, because getting points in chapter 3 is a bit more difficult, and points are just generally more valuable in chapter 3. Yeah, that was a pretty nice love trap, actually. Could have golded that. And yeah, so this is the first level where we have to get Jet, but we're not going to use Gum, because we don't need to. We used to use Gum on this level, but we did some optimization as far as the points go. And this level is actually pretty tight when it comes to points, but it's pretty easy to not mess up too badly. So it's alright if we cut it pretty close. And if I do mess up, I can just get points through another method. Oh. I was supposed to spray Onishima there, but I missed. That's fine. So we've got a 3 spray here. Normally I'd quick spray this, but I'm gonna full spray it now. Gives us a bit of extra points, and also gonna grab these cans and do some spins at the end, and we should jet. Yep, there we go. Just barely. Just barely. Yeah, normally I'd spray Onishima there, which isn't a required spray, but gives us 500 points and allows us to do the rest of the level quicker. Ooh, that was close. Oh yeah, and we also get souls from unlocking all the characters. So we're gonna accept their challenges, which are usually pretty easy, but we'll see some challenging ones a bit later. And I should mention, this game does crash on the first 2 levels. Like, it has a chance of crashing when you finish the first 2 levels. But in this category specifically, it pretty much never happens on the 2nd level. Forgot to split. Doesn't happen on the 2nd level really, and it's pretty uncommon on the 1st level as well, but you still see it. So yeah, compared to any percent, I'd say it's a lot more... The game is a lot friendlier when it comes to getting runs going. Okay. So I was supposed to get a normal jump there, which increases your speed, but I didn't get one. I got a trick jump instead, which is, you can probably guess, it's when you do a trick, and that does not increase their speed, so a normal jump is just like a hop, basically. And right here, I'm gonna take it a bit slow, but this is to get points here, so we can see that our last trick there gave us 80 points. We want the last trick to at least give 70, because that tells us we got a 15 trick combo, which then gives us a bonus of 1,000 points. And I honestly probably should have 3-sprayed, or full sprayed that last spray, because I cut that pretty close with the mess up, but we still jet. In an actual marathon, I probably would have full sprayed in that situation. If we do nitro, or don't get jet basically, we do have to redo the level. Alright, didn't want a trick jump there, but that's fine. Sometimes trick jumps are okay though, because they at the very least maintain your speed. So but yeah, a lot of the time when it comes to going faster, we do want normal jumps. No tricks. And yeah, this is the first boss level. This one, you just basically collect all the cans and then trigger the bosses, the poison jam guys. I triggered them by jumping over the grate. Probably should have pointed that out, but yeah, you can trigger them without being like in a way you wouldn't think you'd be able to, and then we just kind of meet up with them and spray them all at once. Nothing really special about this level, I think. Gonna skip some souls, but that's about it. I guess one thing to note with gun sprays is when you're spraying with her, you have a chance to mess up. And if you mess up, you lose a can. And it's pretty detrimental sometimes. Hopefully we won't see that, but there are times where you definitely need to keep a careful eye on your cans. Oh. Also, I want to ask Broby and MF Doom, if I get one of these runs in, do you guys want to commentate?
Hi there. Hi there.
One or both of you. I'm not even sure how this is gonna work being online, but it would be cool if you guys commentate for me. I would love for you to commentate. That way I don't have to talk as much.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And you won't be annoying.
Hi there. Yeah. Yeah. Hi there.
I mean, I'm gonna submit any percent and maybe art as well, so. And if you want to hop in VC while I do the any percent and art runs, we can just submit it with you commentating or helping at least. I think that'd be good. But yeah, Sizable knows about any percent. And he could commentate art probably as well. If he wants to, of course.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. Nice.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Nice.
I'm a very inconsiderate person, burping out loud. That's what I do.
Nice. Nice.
So yeah, nothing special about this level again. We're using beat because we can. Basically, if we can get away with it, we want to use beat or tab. Right here I'm going to get a combo ending with 80 point trick, and that gives us 1,000 total. Or an extra 1,000 rather. And that lets us quick spray the rest. I'm gonna have to get health now, which isn't too bad, but it's kind of annoying. Full health is one of the most important things. If you don't have full health, then you miss out on a lot of points. I forget how much it is exactly, but I think it's like over 1,000 at least. I think it's 3,000 points, which is a lot. Like that one combo I did gave us probably around 2,000 points, give or take. So just ending with full health gives us 3,000, which is more than a 15 trick combo. And that soul I just got is called the Party Bus Soul. You can probably guess why it's called the Party Bus. It looks pretty swaggy, but it's a cycle-based soul, so if you miss it the first try, you gotta wait, basically. So, and yeah, if you miss that, it loses up to a minute. I'm not sure the exact time lost, but because we usually just reset if we miss it. Yeah, the only way to get that soul is by hopping onto the party bus. Well, there's probably another way to get it, but it is probably really hard.
Nice. Yeah.
I don't think there's anything around there that you could use though to get it. I haven't really thought about it. So this is our first out of bounds. Just gonna clip through the wall there. I know it's kind of fast, it's hard to see what's going on, but basically rails that are connected, like the end is connected to a wall, if you're grinding on that rail, it'll basically push you through the wall. There's a bit more nuance to it, but that's the gist of it. You grind on a rail that's connected to a wall and it pushes you through. And I did have to take a bit of a detour, but that's to spawn the cans, because since we skipped a lot of the level, the cans actually don't spawn because there's a certain trigger you have to hit. I have to explain that this is a race. Okay, yeah, to unlock that character, and there's gonna be 2 other characters that we have to unlock by racing them to a tag. That's just the way some of the character challenges are. Alright, wasn't expecting a trick jump there, but...
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll get another one, but I did get a can glitch there. I don't know how to explain this, but basically in certain parts of the game, if you're spraying something while you grab cans, it gives you extra cans. And that happened to me during that level. It's not really useful on that level unless you miss some cans, which I didn't, so not really too noteworthy.
Cool. Yeah. Cool. I got mad skills. Hey you.
And this character challenge is a bit interesting. It's actually it's a 2-part challenge, one for cube, one for combo. And we're actually gonna race as combo instead of racing combo. Because all the other ones, they're like, hey, if you beat me, I'll join your group. But combo and cube are actually like trying to prove themselves to get in. And once we unlock them, that'll initiate chapter 2. Right here, we just jump in front of the bus and it puts us on top. That way we can zoom on ahead. Jumping off moving like cars and stuff usually gives you a ton of momentum. speed in this game is a very wonky thing sometimes. Like some things will give you way more speed than you expected, and other things will just stop you dead in your tracks, so. The physics in general are kind of weird in this game. But they follow simple rules, so it's not too hard to get the hang of. It's just that, like, naturally, like if you're just casually playing this game, it can be kind of tricky. Yo, kid. So yeah, we're in chapter 2, which is actually set in America, because we're in like a flashback that Cube and Combo are having. I don't know, if you care about the story, you can play the game. That's how I see it. It's a pretty short game.
Yo. Yeah. Yo. Yo. Yeah. Ha. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Cool.
And yeah, that combo is something I wanted. You can sometimes mess up that combo and not get enough tricks, so just gotta pay attention.
Yo, whoa. Whoa. Yo, ha. Yeah. Whoa. Cool.
And this level can be pretty tight when it comes to points. Oh, okay.
Whoa.
I was trying to wall ride off this, but we're still good. Probably gonna full spray some things at the end just to make sure that we get jet. It's probably the longest combo we ever do in this game. Alright, missed some cans. I don't know if I need all those or not. Alright. Yeah, I definitely need those cans. Hold on. Alright. I don't think I've ever missed that blue can before. Alright. I guess this really tests the limits of how I can save. Alright. Yeah, that was a risky play. Alright. So yeah, even though I lost a minute there, I was still able to get jet. So, yeah. That's probably the most worrisome level when it comes to getting enough points. Because it's easy to mess up on the things that give you points, basically. And there's not too much room to, like, get more points, I guess. But losing a minute there and still getting jet is pretty good, so I'm proud of that.
Yo, cool. Ha. Cool. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever messed up that bad on that level, so
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Yo. Cool. Cool.
right there I have to jump a couple times to keep the combo going because there's a couple kinks in that rail, and I'm saying a couple a lot, but oh well. There's a couple kinks in that rail, and if you just ride over them, it'll just kick you off the rail.
Yo. Ha. Yo. Cool.
So we gotta jump over them. Also, hey, what's up, Stevie Blue?
Yo.
And hey, Vexy, I don't know if I said hi already.
Whoa. Whoa. Yo. Ha. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. Yeah. Whoa. Cool. Yo. Ha. Yo. Yo. Ha. Cool. Yo. Ha. What? Ha. Cool. I got mad skills.
Grinds.
Alright, now we're in chapter 3. So we're actually going to start with Ben 10 Burning, which isn't the default choice, but if we start with Explosion, we unlock a new character that we would have to cycle through, and it loses a bit of time menuing, so it's not really a big difference either way, but
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, this is the first time we're using tab, I think. Basically tab, oh, pretend I got that. Alright, now we have to go back and get that, but give me 1 second. Okay. Whoa, alright. This is not good. There we go. Alright. Trying to think of how I'm gonna go back and get that soul. I think I know. Let's finish up this area first. Yeah, we're definitely have to get some extra points as well. Alright. Where am I going? Almost forgot this spray. Yeah, so that was a bit of wonky routing because I missed a soul, but oh well, we should be good still. I'm just gonna grab some extra points down here. We're gonna get a pretty long combo here, and I'm just gonna try and grab as many points as I can. Oh, alright. I didn't realize there's a hole there. We do have a lot of extra points though, so we should be pretty good. And yeah, I have a lot of extra points, but still we did lose a lot of time, which is also a lot of points, so. And this octopus right here is probably the most annoying thing. The hitbox is not forgiving. Well, it's forgiving on one side, but not the other. That was close. I don't remember what the threshold is for Jet in that level. Because if it's 52k, I cut that really close, but I think it's 50k, isn't it? If it's 50k, then I was way over, which is perfect. Right there, we just triggered an explosion, which normally we would trigger in a different spot, like if you're playing casually, I guess. It's hard to explain, but you'll see. I'll point it out. Right here, we're gonna get a combo. Well, not starting now. If I can land that, jeez. We're gonna walk past this one because there's a spray over here. Normally there'd be an explosion here, but we already triggered it at the beginning. So that's why we went off to the left a bit. And now we can get this one. Here's another combo, but we're not gonna get a 15 trick. This one's just gonna be 500 points, so 10 trick. Yeah, we're full spraying pretty much everything because this level requires quite a lot of points compared to the others. Oh. Not sure why, but that's the way it is. This one requires 70k, I believe. as opposed to Ben 10 Burning, which requires 50k, so pretty big difference there. Right there, I just jump forward instead of going left up here first, because it's going to glitch out the AI. You'll see them running around up there. Normally they come straight down, but we confused them, so we can get that full spray. Same thing right here. If I go rail to rail right there, it confuses them. And I'm just going to quick spray the rest. Grab these cans to end with. We don't need these cans for sprays, but these cans give us points when we end the level, so that's why we grab them.
That's right.
And yeah, plenty of extra points. Those 3 cans give a total of 1500 points if you grab them, pretty much. Not exactly, a little less, but I mean they're worth 1500, but we use a couple of them, so I don't know. It's worth getting them, I'd say. They're not absolutely necessary. There's a lot of different ways you can do that level when it comes to getting points. A lot of green tags, different things you can full spray. Now we actually want to try and not get a trick here, because you can just kind of jump up like that, but it can be a bit difficult. It's usually just easier to do the trick jumps. Easier and more consistent, I should say. It's on, GDQ is going to be online. That's why I'm submitting, because I can. This level can be pretty unforgiving when it comes to like doing it optimally. We've got snipers aiming at us. It requires a lot of points, but like the last level, we have a lot of options for points. I'd say the main thing is we've got a couple can perfect sections, which basically means we can't mess up sprays, but for me that usually doesn't happen, so. And if we do, I'll just take a detour, grab some more cans, and we'll be good. Also, a really important mechanic on this level. If you boost, you cannot be shot. You'll see an exclamation point above my head. If it's just like a normal circle like that, that means I'm not gonna get hit. If it's like jagged, then that means I'm gonna get hit if I don't boost. See, it's kind of like jagged right there for a moment. And there's some other ways where you can avoid it, but boosting is the main one. Probably gonna have to boost here. Yeah, I don't do the combo. Oh. Are you... Not trying to trigger that spray. I don't do the combo there anymore. Because of the way I do the ending. I should have gone down faster though, since I don't do the combo. Oh well. No, you cannot get shot while trick jumping either. There's actually one part where that is important, but it's not really super important. There's one part where I try to get a normal jump and sometimes I get shot midair. And right here is the last part where we want to try and not get hit, otherwise we have to backtrack for health. And that's just a cute little jump called Rhino Jump. Yeah, it's fine. Rhino Jump has a sort of small window, but it's not too difficult. It can be pretty challenging when you're first starting out. Alright, and here's the second out of bounds in this run. This one's a bit trickier. We're gonna use it to beat Slate. Well, the way I did the end was kind of sloppy. I'll show you a better way to do it after. Trust me, the ending is definitely faster than the combo. Alright, so let's see if I can get this first of all. Okay, got up here. None of this is intended, by the way. And I don't really know how to explain this, to be honest, but yeah. Jump up to a place we're not supposed to be. And then jump over some walls, get somewhere else we're not supposed to be, and yeah, we basically skipped most of the race. What would I make my estimate? Probably an hour. This run was pretty bad though, and I'm still gonna get like, what, a 52 or a 53, so yeah, I'm still gonna make it an hour, I'd say. Oh. Alright, I'm just gonna restart the level at that point, because it's not worth chasing them around. If you mess up like that, it's It's just easier to restart the level. I was trying to get up to get that soul there, which, you know, as you can see from my splits, I lost a 55 there once. I actually lost many runs to that.
Sweet. Right. Good. Good. Right. Good. Right.
There we go.
Sweet. Sweet.
Now we're just gonna grab all the cans and meet up with them. Ah, that's annoying.
Right. Sweet. Right. Oh man.
Yeah, Slate makes it a lot easier to grab that soul. And he's just, he's better for the boss part because he doesn't get, like, pushed around as easily. But yeah, if you pick Tab, then it's a bit trickier to get the soul and better chance of getting knocked back or knocked down. But I picked Tab on this level because he just feels easier to control. Maybe could have made that, but just gonna play it safe. No, I cannot get Impossible Cycle. My sprays are not fast enough. Ooh, that was sketchy. Wait, did that work? Okay. I thought I might maybe had to go on the rail first. Maybe that's faster. What is this cycle? Alright. It's not faster to go on the rail? Okay. But yeah, that's the run.
That huge turntable of
Now in every other category, we could just call it and say that's a run. But in all numbered souls, we usually wait for the credits and check to make sure we actually got all the souls.
Tokyo is back to its old self. Turns out
Yeah, and I guess I'll do that right now. But it doesn't really matter too much if I'm just doing a showcase run, I guess.
And all because Goji was in such control. He didn't know how to deal with people that he couldn't buy with his money.
I'll be right back.
Maybe he's just another eccentric millionaire. Well, they say that money is the root of all evil. Maybe it really can twist the hearts of men. It turns out the record that Goji was looking for, The Devil's Contract, was just an old indie record, a hoax. Maybe his twisted mind created the whole story out of rumors and superstitions in order to try and sate the demons of his own heart. Nevertheless, the noise tanks are in repair. The love shockers are all broken-hearted again, but Poison Jam is back and planning more mischief. In the end, it looks like they were the same as all of us after all. They'd been looking for something more, just trying to make sense of their own lives. Perhaps not, but how can anyone know the real truth behind it all?
Let's look at the
I don't think I'm gonna submit art. I'm too lazy. I'm gonna do an 80% run though. And then, yeah. Does anyone want to hop in voice chat and help me commentate the 80% submission? You don't want them to choose 80% over ANS though? Well, here's how I see it, Broby. If they pick JSR at all, I think they will choose ANS over 80%, just because ANS has never been in GDQ before. 80% is the only category that's been run at GDQ. So I think if anything's going to get accepted, it's probably ANS. And I would say that ANS run right there is a good showcase of me saving some really sketchy situations. Like, that was probably the sketchiest run I could have gotten, and it was fine. So I made it marathon friendly, I'd say, with those big mess ups and still saving them. Like, honestly, I prefer that kind of submission over like a perfect run, just cause like I saved some sketchy stuff. Yeah, there's no simple backups in ANS. If you mess up, you gotta get points, baby. Or risk it for the biscuit. What do you mean you can't? You're welcome to commentate too, Vexy. Anyone that knows the game, I'd be glad to have help me. How big is your stream delay? It's probably not that bad because I have the short delay enabled. But you do live in the UK, so. Hi.
What's that?
Oh wait, let me hop in. It'd be easier to hop in VC and see.
Just made all that up. Sure,
If you hop in VC, it'll probably be
Someone
Yeah,
just might
so
have your
hello.
sights on Shibuya Cho again. On the street, there's no such thing as
Hold on, I'm gonna have to turn you up a bit, 'cause my game is so loud. Alright, let's see if we got all the souls real quick. Oh, not new game.
Oh, it's pretty much dead even, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I thought. If you have short delay enabled, it's usually like instant, so... Wait, that's not what I meant to do. So yeah, select a graffiti. This is where we check. So the B's are bonus souls, we don't need those, but we got all those, and got all those, which means the run is good. So yeah, that is all numbered souls.